Why does the World Congress of Science and Factual Producers matter? This is the fourth in a series of 4 videos I've done coming out of the World Congress of Science and Factual Producers in Rio. It is the most inside baseball for people in the television and digital production community. And I think it's important to talk about this, especially coming out of this session. The World Congress of Science and Factual Producers is the gathering of what had been and still is the best and brightest producers, distributors, and broadcasters of science and factual producers in the world. In the past, it's generally been a market where you go to, buy and sell shows. I think in a lot of markets like this, the sessions are add-ons. At least I think they've been interpreted that way. This time I went for the sessions because the industry has changed so much that I wanted to go and learn what is going on. I had a few meetings with people I knew. I left myself open to meeting new people. By the way, I'm Craig Colby. I'm a television producer in Toronto. So why does Congress matter? It became really apparent before we even got through customs. When we were waiting in line, someone took out a phone and we found out that sunny side of the dock, a market that is held in La Rochelle, France, beautiful place, would not be held this year. So if you look, and that's a big blow to us in the industry because it means our industry is hurting, and we knew that already. If you look at the World Congress as a place where there's just horse trading, losing La Rochelle made it even more important because it's one of the remaining places that we can go and buy and sell programming. But I think that it is short-sighted. I think that if you look at Congress, we're a place that is once a year we can get together, check our work, examine trends in the industry, talk to each other. If we look at it as a place to learn, then Congress is essential. I think the World Congress of Science and Factual Producers, now more than ever, is a learning center. Again, this year I went with nothing to pitch. I went to learn. I didn't have many meetings. I went to strengthen relationships and meet new people, and all of that happened. Start with the sessions. They were fantastic. They were on point to where visual storytelling is going. There was a lot on AI, which we've discussed. There's a lot on digital, which we've discussed. But as far as I talked about the digital learning, but as far as the digital presence, the people there, I think it added a whole new flavor. For a lot of the digital people, I got a sense that they were a little wide-eyed that this kind of thing happens. They mostly work alone. But having a place where we could come and talk and that they were valued, I think was eye-opening for them. And I think they may have had their eyes open as to what is potential for them as far as raising money and doing bigger things. For the old dogs like me at a TV, having the digital people there showed us what was possible by owning and controlling your own stuff and producing the things you want to produce that you're passionate about. So Congress is a learning center from showing us what is possible, how big the industry is, the options out there, essential. I think this came at the right point for everybody, and Congress is very important that way. Congress also brought in place institutions like Sloan and Templeton, which fund science communication. I hope that for them, seeing all these communicators together gave them some ideas about where their money can go to promote science and other factual social issues. Great stories can come out, and where the great storytellers are, and how they can, where the great storytellers are, and how they can help them tell those stories, which is their mandate. I think Congress has this exactly right, but I also think they can go further. There are places like museums and science center, which are now creating more content. They should be part of this. Anybody who's telling visual stories about science, factual, history, any of those things should be here. They should be here to learn from each other. They should be here to be inspired by each other. And once a year, we should come together to be our community and see what we can do next to show the possibilities. I think Congress matters big time. I think it showed it this year more than ever. I actually came out way more hopeful than when I went in. Now, if you watch this on YouTube and you found it helpful, please subscribe. If you watched it on LinkedIn, please feel free to follow or connect with me. If you want more in-depth information about the World Congress of Science and Factual Producers and what happened in Rio, please check out Peter Hamilton's documentary business newsletter, where Peter will be interviewing Ed Hirsch. They will have way more in-depth information. And I also have to say, I looked at Ed's post on LinkedIn talking about the importance of Congress for learning. That's something we discussed over there. I think he's bang on. So great job, Congress. Please keep following this direction.